Welcome our audience to our webinar presentation. We first of all want to thank United States of America for having sponsored this program, the ILEP program, International Leaders in Education program, through the Department of State, and IREX being the administering body and hosting universities, having kept us here for 5 months to come up with this professional development module. This module was prepared by Amukoe Davis from Kenya, Mamadou Lamine Traore from Senegal, Gurpreet Singh from India. These are experienced teachers, and when we came together, we had a common problem that we wanted to find a solution to take back to our countries and teach our teachers. Our topic will be dealing with assessment. And now, what is assessment? Assessment is a collection of methods and techniques that we use to measure students' achievement. Yes, so when we measure students' achievement, we can know when to pick the right materials, when to alter our mode of instruction, and all that, so that we can achieve effective teaching. Our topic will mainly focus on formative assessment, because as we know, we have formative assessment and summative assessment. Formative assessment, and we will be discussing the use of tech-based tools. Of course, we understand there are a variety of tech-based tools that we use in formative assessment, but for us, we decided to pick 2 of them, which will be very effective in formative assessment. That is the use of WONDERSHARE and KAHOOT quiz creators to enhance FOCs. That will be the topic of our professional development module. This webinar will be focused on a topic statement that will be elaborating the description and comparison of formative assessment methods. Of course, from our main topic, this is our 3rd objective. So we focused on this because we want to see how these methods will be working with our teachers. And what is our rationale? We looked at our countries back at home. We've been teachers for a while. We looked at how we've been administering tests and exams back in our country, both formatively and summatively. And all of us had a common problem. We've been using paper and pencil method to administer exams. And for us, we have very large classes, and it's usually very hectic and difficult to give feedback in time or on time, so that we can know what to do next with our students and also with our teaching methodology. So our focus will be for teaching for understanding. And so if your focus is teaching for understanding, it means that you have to have the feedback so that you know what to do next. Paper-based method does not give us that guarantee in time, but tech-based methods will give us that guarantee on the spot. So that's why we want to shift from using paper-based method to tech-based method. Our teaching aim for this webinar is to equip participants or you, the audience, with knowledge on effective tech-based formative assessment methods, so that by the end of it, you'll know how to use them and how to implement them in class.
After the statement of the topic, then now at the end of this session, the audience will be imparted by the knowledge and understanding of what is tech-based formative assessment, what is paper-based formative assessment, and also the difference between paper-based and tech-based, and then at last the importance and effectiveness of tech-based tools in formative assessment.
Okay, after giving those questions by my colleague Lamine about what the audience should be asking themselves at the end of this session, we want to look at the objectives. What are the objectives for this webinar? The first objective is the audience should know the definitive differences between tech-based and paper-based formative assessment methods, meaning they should define what is tech-based and what is paper-based, and they should know what they are. Objective number 2, the advantages and effectiveness of tech-based tools in formative assessment. So when they will be giving the advantages, it's like the differences and the effectiveness of tech-based over paper-based. The third objective will be the audience, the participants should be able to compare and contrast tech-based and paper-based formative assessment methods.
Then now we'll talk about formative assessment. Formative assessment is a wide variety of methods that teachers use to conduct in-process evaluations of students' learning, students' comprehension, the learning needs, and academic progress during a lesson, a unit, or a course. So formative assessment is of paramount importance in teaching and learning process because it gives detailed information so as the teacher to improve his instruction and the students' learning methods and the students' learning too in an interactive classroom. Then now, formative assessment in this session, in this webinar, we want to talk about how can we implement the formative assessment. We can do it first through our traditional paper-based method, meaning the paper and pencil, and collecting and grading, which is somehow a word lot. And then the second one is how can we use now tech-based tools such as WONDERSHARE and KAHOOT in an interactive classroom for formative assessment. We have chosen those two tools, meaning KAHOOT, because KAHOOT can be done online and WONDERSHARE now can be done offline because we take into consideration the realities back in our countries. Then now when we talk about now the first one, paper-based method, meaning the traditional one that we have been using for so long time in our larger size classrooms, we know that first they are material consuming, they are also time consuming when it comes to grading them. That's why many teachers are very reluctant and even sometimes they are lazy to conduct formative assessment. They just lay emphasis on summative assessment at the end of chapters just for grading. Meaning here they do not focus on the desired goal of teaching, which is understanding. Because understanding is an ongoing process that we can measure through formative assessment. Then now on contrary, if you take the tech-based tools, you know now in this new era of technology, tech-based tools, first of all, they are material saving, they are also time saving because you receive your feedbacks and the grades on the spot. You give students feedback on the spot. Also students know about their progress on the spot. So formative assessment with tech-based tools, we think that it is what teachers should do right now if our teaching aim is understanding. Then now when we talk, other advantages of tech-based tools, we know that with tech-based tools, the classroom is lively, there is interaction, and that will allow the teacher now to enhance the 4 C's, meaning communication, collaboration, critical thinking, and also creativity. Because with Kahoot and WONDERSHARE, we have a wide range of exercises that we can do. We can do multiple choice question, we can have true or false question, we have answer questions, and also report, which if students work in group, that can enhance collaboration, communication, and also the critical thinking in an interactive classroom. Then now we have other advantages of the effectiveness of tech-based formative assessment tools. For example, we have now effective pedagogy, we have feedbacks and reflection, and also we infuse technology in the classroom, and also it increases students' motivation and students' engagement through a learner-centered method.
Now, after listening to my colleague Lamin explaining the content that we have in this webinar, we have another activity here that I will want all of us to have a look at. Here is a video on how technology enhances formative assessment. I hope that by the end of you audience watching this video, you will realize how technology will actually make teachers' work effective.
Do all of my students really understand? Learn how to integrate a variety of tools to check for understanding and support quality pedagogy. Get feedback from every student about their level of understanding. Engage all learners with these interactive tools. Use evidence of learning to drive and differentiate instruction. Use technology tools to develop a culture of thinking, goal setting, and self-directed learning. Attend technology-enhanced formative assessment and leave with knowledge and experience to integrate these tools into your instruction.
Created using Powtoon.
Yes, our audience, so after watching the video, it is clear that we aim to teach for understanding. And it's very important that we integrate technological tools so that it supports our pedagogy. Why do we use technology? It enhances feedback from students. It will engage learners interactively in class. It also caters for differentiated instruction so that you can cater for all the types of students that we have in class. It enables learners to have critical thinking and have self-directed learning. I will welcome my friend Lamin to pick from there.
All right. After this video now, we'll take you to another one to compare now formative assessment and summative assessment and see the differences, meaning how they are implemented in a classroom and when they are implemented and what are they used for.
Created using Powtoon.
After watching these two videos, now we see the paramount importance of formative assessment over summative assessment. So since now our learning desired goal is understanding, teachers should lay emphasis on formative assessment over summative assessment. And what is most important is with these two tech-based tools, meaning Kahoot and WonderShare, we can also conduct summative assessment if we want to have grades for our students. And we'll be doing them at the end of the chapters, because summative assessment is continuously, it is ongoing process, whereas now summative assessment is at the end of the chapter. Thank you, dear audience, for your viewing and your interest in our topic. Thank you.